everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura. Today I'm going to be reviewing my favorites of 2019. So I purchased a lot in 2019. I made rouge at Sephora, which I'm not proud of, but now I get free shipping, which is great. And I bought a bunch of products that, some I bought and I was like, is this just like a hype or is this something that I'm actually going to love and really be using? So I'm going to kind of go in order of the way like I do my makeup. That just seems sort of more intuitive to me. Let's see if I can actually stick to that. That's the question. And I'll just go through my favorite products. I do have like quite a few things here, but I've categorized them to make it sort of as easy as possible. So I'm going to start off with primers. So my favorite primer, hands down, of 2019 was the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. So this is a new bottle because I literally ran out of my old one. I love this primer. It lasted me a really long time. I use it almost every time I do my makeup. So this is a new bottle. It's green. And what I love about this is so I live in a really dry climate and I really need to make sure I get as much hydration as possible, or I'll end up with like little dry patches on my face and then it starts to like wear off throughout the day. It doesn't really look nice. So this ends up being like a little bit sticky, which you won't feel once, you put the rest of your makeup on, but it like hydrates your skin, creates a little bit of tackiness so that way your foundation can really like adhere, and then I find my makeup doesn't move the rest of the day. I don't have any problems with it. It doesn't cause me any breakouts. Milk Makeup is also cruelty-free, and I believe this product is vegan. I think it is. I'm fairly certain. Yes, cruelty-free, gluten-free, vegan, paraben-free. So it's free of all the shitty things that nobody wants. And it's just a great primer. I think it's worth every penny. I actually really want to buy like a travel version. This is quite bulky, so I do want to buy, they make mini versions now, so it'll be easier for me to travel with. You have to buy this. The second primer that I've really been loving, and I wasn't sure if I was going to, is when I want to wear more dewy foundations, I like to use the Smashbox Oil and Shine Control Primer. So I find that this doesn't dry out my skin. It's not like super mattifying, where like I tried the Becca primer once, the mattifying one, and it felt like there was glue on my face. This one really just helps your makeup to adhere. Everything is nice and smooth. You don't get greasy or oily throughout the day, especially in the warmer months. So I really enjoy wearing this. So moving on to foundations. Shockingly, I think if you're going for a natural day of makeup and you don't want like, full coverage, I love this Milk Makeup Stick. I totally bought it because I just wanted to try it for no other reason. I didn't need another foundation. So I'm in the color Golden Sand. It just really it starts to look even better once you put it on. So it goes on sort of really nice and creamy. It blends out super easily right into the skin. It's just you can't even see it. It's just really seamless. My makeup stays on. And the nice thing about this too is it's easy to throw in your bag if you're traveling, or you're going to be busy throughout the day and you want to make sure your makeup doesn't kind of move around. And it just gives this really nice, radiant, just medium coverage. I can't remember if this was said to be mattifying or not. I don't find that it is. I think it's definitely a sort of natural finish foundation. So that was probably my go-to foundation of 2019, shockingly. The next one that I love, and I know a lot of people don't necessarily love this foundation, is the Hourglass, the YSL All Hours foundation. So the one thing I will say is even their yellow tones are a little more neutral than I would like. My dog is going through his toy bin at the moment, so disregard. So I'm in BD40. This also does oxidize. So I had bought BD45, so BD is their yellow, I guess. But what I found is that once it dried down, it was a little too dark for me, especially in the winter months. But I just love the finish of this. Oh, we unplugged the light. Okay, we're back. Gunther unplugged my light. Super natural finish. It's supposed to be matte. I don't find that it's matte. It's SPF 20, 24-hour wear. It says flawless matte coverage. It's not matte. It's definitely a natural satin finish, I would say. It would be on the fuller medium coverage. I wouldn't say it's full coverage, but I just love this. So just keep that in mind if you're one of those girls that really likes like a very yellow foundation. You may not find a color in this because I found they're all sort of, the yellows are even more neutral than I would normally go for, but I just make it work. I really love this. So, and like I said, I'm in the color BD40. The next one, which you don't know what I did to find this foundation in the right color. I think I bought like 4 different shades, couldn't find the right one, returned them all. I felt like such a waster. I hate doing that, but I'm so fickle like about my my foundation colors that I was like hellbound to like get this right color. So this is the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. This is a truly full coverage foundation. It is the most beautiful, long wearing, like covers every spot, blemish, dark mark, doesn't stick to dry patches, like really just is a good foundation. So I'm in the color MG6. I tried MG5. So M is medium, G is golden, and then the number 6. So I think each, whether it's light, medium, tan, deep, and dark, I think are the color ranges. They all have a golden, neutral, or cool, and then they all have 1 through 7 categories. So, and there's 100 foundations in this line. So I was like, I'm gonna find the right freaking color for the 95th time. So I ended up like ordering one from Pure, wasn't the right color, tried Ulta, like couldn't find the right color, like I kept flip-flopping, and of course this is the only one that I didn't try until the end, and I found it. So MG6 is my color. I love it. It stays on super well. Again, it's like this natural, dewy, beautiful, like, I don't think it's like a super dewy foundation, but it's certainly not a matte foundation. I try to stay away from that as much as I can because I feel like for me with dry skin right now, like it just like doesn't work for me. And also, I don't know, I'm just like not into like super matte foundations, but I love this. You must have this. So it's either like a pump, or you can like, I've never actually done this, but you can like, there's a doe foot. I don't even want to take it out. It's like a concealer applicator because it's supposed to conceal and to be a foundation. I just use it as a foundation. Go get this. It's like if you want full coverage and you want it to look nice all day, buy this. The last one, which is what I'm wearing right now, is I just bought this. I've worn it for a few days now and I am really liking it. I will say it's more matte than I would ever usually go for, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation Stay All Day and Night foundation. So this is the color 6 Neutral. So I don't typically buy neutral foundations, but their warm was too yellow, or too orange rather. So this one matched me actually really well. I was really surprised. This is matte. Like I actually put a face oil underneath this to make sure that it doesn't look dry, because if I don't and I don't hydrate my face enough, then I will look dry. So if you have dry skin, stay away. If you have normal to oily skin, I would say that this is definitely going to be a winner for you. Again, super full coverage. 1 pump goes a long way. You can do 2 if you want, but you certainly don't need it. It truly stays all day. Like I put a pump of this on my hand just to like look at the color, and then I washed my hand and it like with soap and water and like wasn't coming off. It really is gonna stay. We went out all day. We went out for New Year's Eve. This is the foundation that I wore. It didn't move. Like my whole eating, nothing. Like from my nose, like wiping, like if I had to blow my nose or something, like it just didn't come off. And it just looked beautiful in photos as well. So I would say if you're looking for a full coverage foundation that you don't want to move, it's probably a better dupe to the Estee Lauder Double Wear, I will say. So Estee Lauder, the Double Wear foundation is like an old school foundation. I have it. I like it a lot. What I don't like about it is I will feel tight. Like my skin feels tight. So I have to either like mix it with like a moisturizer or like really hydrate my face. And even then it still feels a little uncomfortable. This can feel that way if you don't prep your skin properly, but then if you do, like right now I'm wearing it, it doesn't feel tight. I can't feel anything on my face. Feels totally normal. I just feel like you can't get away from that with the Double Wear. Like you're still gonna know that it's there, but it's not gonna move. So this is $44. I think the Double Wear might be around the same price anyway. So if you had to pick between the two, this is the one that I would choose. So that's it for foundations. The next thing I think we're gonna go in with is concealer. So I really only have one. So old, old school Tarte Shape Tape, the best concealer that I've been able to find. I was recently trying to wear the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer again, and it just creases on me. Like, I just see all the fine lines underneath, and like it really just like the makeup catches under there. So I just wasn't a fan of that. I really tried to, but sadly. So Tarte Shape Tape, I'm in the color light medium. That's what I'm wearing right now. I have like, I think it's medium sand if I want to do something like closer to my skin tone. This is brightening for me. Yeah, oldie but a goodie. I like just can't get away from it. So let's go to bronzers. So I'm going to start with a cream product. So I've been really into cream contouring. I just feel like it's just a little more natural. It gives you a little more sort of definition. So I have been dying to buy this, and I finally did. My husband did, actually. It's the Hollywood Contour Wand from Charlotte Tilbury. So I have the color fair medium. So this is, I would say, more cool tone than the medium dark. So I like the undertone of this one a lot. And it just like, even if you put too much, so it's this like funny little like squeezy tube. It's really liquidy and just blends out, like it will essentially like disappear into your skin. But it just leaves just enough color so that way you get a nice sort of defined contour. I was trying some other products or trying like stick foundations, but what I found is they're so heavy that you have to work so hard to blend them out and make sure that they don't look muddy, that I just wanted something that just gave me like a little bit of color. I did not need a foundation. I didn't need something that was heavy and that was really gonna like leave this defined line. I just wanted something to give me a little bit of depth in the hollows of my cheeks. So I found that this was the winner for me. I love this. I've been using it every time I do my makeup. I think it's worth every penny. And you don't use a lot of it. So even though the tube is pretty small, like it's 4.41 ounces, like you're using so little of it each time, I think it'll go pretty far. Then, so the three like powder bronzers that I've been using, sort of bronzer and contour. For one, the drugstore bronzer is the Butter Bronzer. So I don't know why I didn't buy this sooner. So this is just the color bronze. It smells like cocoa butter. It smells wonderful. And it just, that's what I'm wearing today. Like, and I went in with it, like I actually layered it up, but it's actually like not a super heavy bronzer where you're like put your brush onto your face and it's gonna leave a big sort of mark. This you can build up quite a bit, and I was worried that this color was too light because it looks so close to my skin tone, but really it was just enough. So I love this, really light. It's super inexpensive. I think it's like $15. I think it's worth every penny for sure. Then if you want to go a little more expensive, it's like, this is like got fingerprints all over. The Becca bronzer. So this is the Sunlit Bronzer in Capri Coast. I was looking for a sort of like glowy, sort of like summery, very like, I don't know, just gives you that sort of bronze look.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
She's listening. So this is the color Capri Coast. So this gives like a really nice summery bronze look. I really like this. I use this pretty much every day until I got the Butter Bronzer. I don't know if you'll be able to even see it. Yeah, it's a little hard to see like just like on my skin, but it does have this like, you can sort of see it. It's more of like a terracotta undertone instead of like the Butter Bronzer is more, I feel like this is way more neutral when you look at them like side by side. So if you want that like summer glow, this is bomb. I love this. It's either the second or third color in the line, but whatever color is best for you in these Becca bronzers, you can't go wrong. I think they're amazing. And then what I usually use for contour, so what I'll do if I want like a little more depth in the hollows of my cheeks, is I'll take this Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the color Saddle, and I'll go just right in here, just with like sort of a flatter brush, just in here. And what it'll do is just give me a little depth sort of inside my cheeks when I want to look a little more like sucked in. I use this all the time. I don't know when I'll ever finish using it because I feel like the pan just never ends. Unless I have too many makeup products, which is why I can't go through any of them. So those are my loves for bronzers. For highlighters, again with Charlotte Tilbury, I love the highlight wand. So same concept as the bronzer, but just the highlight. So this is the color Spotlight. I think they only make the one color. I love this. Like, I just think I'm not into like that like sort of beaming highlight where like people can see you from like down the block. They'll see you like from outer space. I just want something that's gonna give me like a nice glow. So I don't even know if you can tell here. It just is like, it's just like enough. It's just enough highlight where it will give you that little bit of glow. I'm not wearing it today, unfortunately, but I love this. So anytime you're using a cream product, don't wait to do all the powder products until after you're done with your creams. So I usually do my foundation, my concealer, my cream bronzer, my cream highlight, and then set everything with the powder. So I love this. This, again, worth every penny. I think it's great, and it's super travel friendly. The other highlight I've really been liking, which I only got to use a couple times so far, but like this, you know, I was just saying I don't like beaming highlights. This is a freaking beaming highlight. So this is the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlight. Let's see if I can put this somewhere. So it's right there. It's actually not that bright, but this is just like a really nice texture. It's just that right amount of gold. It's not too yellow. It's not neutral. Yes, down there. Would you like to join us? And this is just like, they make a bigger one. Hello, this is the dog. Where are you? Say hello. You're in the videos. I got the mini because honestly, like I had the Becca Opal bronzer. I swear I should really throw it away for like 5 years. And I used it religiously. And I hit pan on it. I certainly did. But I have so much of it left still that I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me to buy like these big highlighters when you use such a minimal amount of product. So I just decided to buy the mini. Again, love this. Doesn't really emphasize any texture or anything like on my skin. It really just gives a nice glow. And it looks, if you want to like give yourself a little bit of oomph in your highlight, I'll do the cream wand and then I'll do this on top. And it's real pretty. It's real pretty. So then powder. There's only one powder that I love. I used to love Laura Mercier. I used to love that powder. And now it just makes me feel like leather, especially when I use it under my eyes. Like literally I put it on the other day with like normal products that I've always used. And I put it on a little heavier because I didn't want my makeup to move. But oh my God, it felt like there was like all the water in my skin, like any moisture I had was just like sucked out, like there's nothing there. So what I've been loving, and I didn't want to buy this, actually my coworkers were nice enough to give me a gift card for it going away because when I left to move here to Fallon, so I treated myself and I got this Hourglass Veil powder, and it is the best powder that I've ever used. It's super lightweight, very finely milled. It gives like the itty bittiest like sheen. It's not dewy. It's not going to make you look wet or like highlighted all over your face. It just doesn't mattify everything to where it looks dry, and then you really have to spray your face with some kind of setting spray to like bring the moisture back. It is just beautiful. I think this is going to last me like forever. I feel like I haven't even put like a dent in it. This is definitely worth every penny. Expensive again, but definitely worth it. This is really the only one that I reach for, and I actually want to see if I can get a mini for travel. So, blushes. So I do have one liquid blush that I want to talk about. So I bought this NARS Orgasm blush, the liquid one. So you do have to shake it up because you'll see it will like, it'll like sort of separate inside. That's what I'm wearing today. I didn't set this with any additional blush because then I feel like it is too much, but also I'm not like big on, because there's just like hanging out back there. Come say hello. Thank you for the kissing. So yeah, so this, you really, like I only used one little pump. Well, it's gonna drip everywhere. It's like the thinnest formula, so it drips a whole bunch. And then I'll just take, like I have a Real Techniques like foundation, like fluffy brush. And I'll just put it on the back of my hand and like spread it out so you get a really thin layer on your hand, and then I'll go into my cheeks, and then it's really easily buildable. Like I was saying, a little goes a long way. It'll last you forever. It's just this really pretty color. I think it will just give you just enough. If you're not big on like heavy blush and you don't like, you want it to look a little more natural. I feel like as I get older, I really just want like sort of a more natural. This is not natural, if you didn't notice. But I feel like my face products, as far as like my foundation, my contour, my blush, I don't want it to be so like apparent. So that's why I like using liquid blushes, because I just think they give you just enough color. And then you just set it with your translucent powder instead of setting it with another blush. And that way it just gives you just enough of a wash of color. And then as far as powder blushes go, everyone needs to buy these. So Patrick Ta, who's a makeup artist who I love so much, I think he's so amazing, came out with blushes, like a spray highlighter, lip products. He has like quite a few things in his line, and it sounds like there's definitely more to come. I bought this blush and it's called She's Sincere. So it is like this like peachy undertone. This is like, I love peach blushes. I think they're so flattering on so many skin tones, and just particularly like my like sort of like medium olive complexion. I love this. It's super light, so like you really have to, like you can't, it's such a light blush. Like you can't even see it on my hand. Like I can see it, but you guys probably can't. It just, there it is, like just barely gives the lightest wash of color, so you really can build it up that way. Like I like the Tarte Amazonian clay blushes, but the reason that I don't use them anymore is because I feel like you like dip your brush, you put it on your face, and it's like a glob. It's just too much. You have to be so careful about like how much you like shake off on your brush before you put it onto your face. Otherwise you're just left with like this like just literally blob of blush. These you really have to like work up, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather be able to build it up than be stuck with a ton of product on my face. And that's the one thing that I've learned about makeup, you know, I think I've been like, not that I'm a professional makeup artist by any means, just like I'm definitely just like an enthusiast, but I've been really like interested in makeup since I was 16, and I'm about to be 31 in like 3 weeks. And like less is more. Like go in with a little and build it up. Don't worry about like just packing on like a crap ton of color and then you're stuck with it. So that's why I really love these, because you really can just build them up slowly to get the pigmentation that you want and that's like specific to you. So from there, let's go into eye palettes. I have a lot of them. Okay, my number one favorite palette ever in my whole life that I've ever bought is the Desi Katy Dose of Colors palette. Everyone needs this. If you're not interested in colors, like this is not an intimidating palette. So, okay, here you have a lighter neutral, a medium neutral for the crease, a deeper neutral, and then just a pink neutral. So I would say these are comparable sort of tones. And then a dark brown. Any of these by themselves, the mattes by themselves, are beautiful. I've used them just by themselves with no shimmer, just for every day. Then when you combine them with any of the shimmers in here, they are fantastic. So the most amazing shimmer that I've ever used, which is naturally neutral and boring, which is not boring though for this palette, is this color Just a Kiss. It is just gorgeous. When you put it on your lid, it literally makes your eyelid like look wet. It goes beautifully on top of any other color. So if you did like a matte color all over your lid and popped on this shimmer, it would just give it like the perfect amount of like glow and sparkle. And then just the rest of these are, and just, oh, one notch right now, please. So I'm just gonna swatch the rest of the shimmers in here. Like literally one little baby swatch gives so much pigmentation. Oh, that was not a good place, Laura. Just like gorgeous. They're so pretty. Like they really just have so much pigmentation. They're so sparkly. I wish you could see really how sparkly they were in the camera. The lights like really kind of dulled down the glitter. But they are literally the most beautiful colors that I've ever bought and ever used. And I just feel like it's super versatile. Literally, like it's called the Friendcation because they wanted it to be like, you just like, if you're going on vacation with your girlfriends or, you know, whoever, this would be the only palette you need. And truly it is the only palette that you'll need. I think it's worth every penny. I think it's $55. It's cruelty-free, gluten-free, and paraben-free. And it has the little bunny on it. So, I don't think it's vegan, unfortunately, but it is cruelty free. So definitely would buy this if you don't have it in your collection. The next palette that I love is this Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. So I thought about buying this with myself. I didn't think it was worth it. I was like, I have these somewhere, you know, in some palette. But really they are a truly unique undertone. Like the really like warm honey undertone of all of them. They're super flattering. Like you can just wear the mattes alone. You can wear the shimmers like with matte if you want a little more sparkle. I'm not really good at swatching clearly because this is my first rodeo, but I'll just swatch some of these like shimmers so you can, and they're very buttery. Like they just, like these are just a couple of, why can't I figure this out? I gotta put on this side of my wrist. But they're just really beautiful and just super pigmented, go on really easily, blend out really well. You're not gonna have any problems with this palette. Then, okay. I don't know why I wanted this because it's very colorful. And I don't wear, well, I am wearing purple today. I guess I'm a liar. I wanted to buy this palette the second I saw it because I just thought it was so unique. So this is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. The coolest palette ever. The shimmers in here are bomb. The mattes in here blend out like butter. They're super pigmented. And I haven't got to use these these blues yet, which I want to, because for some reason I just gravitate to the purples, but they are amazing. I will say you do have to like work with some of these like this color, like this is the color Nebula, goes onto my finger really well. But I do struggle a little with it, like putting it on my eyelid. I have to like work it up slowly because it ends up like sticking to the brush instead of, and like not letting go, essentially when you want to put it on your eyelid. I do feel like these work best with your finger, but sometimes if you want a little more of like a precise application, you do kind of need a brush. But I'm still able to work the colors up, so you're not gonna like not be able to use them by any means. This is a really cool colorful palette that is still gonna be like wearable enough where it's not gonna be, you can like get a neon pink if you really wanted to do that, but you can certainly then do more sort of neutral colorful sort of eye looks where it's still very wearable. And then the shimmers and all the glitters in there are so pretty for going out, you know, if you're, you know, you have a party to go to, or if you're going to an event or something like that. Then the last one I think I'm going to talk about is this one that I just bought. But so this is a glitter palette mostly. So this is the Morphe Artistry palette. So this is the one that they launched for the holidays for New Year's. We went into the Morphe store in Phoenix and I saw this and I was like, I need this. I need glitter. I like glitter a lot. I think it's really fun, but I prefer not to use loose glitter because then you need like a glitter glue and it's kind of messy and it gets everywhere. So my concern with this, and I almost didn't buy it, is that I didn't know how well it was going to transfer from the pan to your eye. So I'm actually wearing the purple today that's in here. So these are like a combination of like metallics and glitters. So the purple I'm wearing is more of like a metallic, whereas like these two shades are definitely just straight up glitter, and the red shade is definitely just straight up glitter. Let's see how, okay, here, this is where I want it. So like it just went on, like that's straight up glitter. Like that just went on really beautifully. I wore this for New Year's Eve. And then this is the gold glitter. Like they really adhere. I don't know how they do this, but obviously that's not my job to know. But they just really stay on really nicely. Super buttery, really easy to wear. This purple is just so cool. It's like this, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like this like cool toned sort of, it's got like gold flecks in it. It's very cool. This color is really awesome too. Like it's almost like a barely there color, but I feel like that's really good for those of you who like don't want red glitter on your face. Awesome palette, worth every dollar. I don't remember how much it was. I bet you it was under 15 bucks for sure. So those are my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna stick just with those. There's like definitely more I could talk about, but those are the ones that I find that I gravitate towards the most. I don't typically wear pink lipstick. I'm just not into it. I like red. I like nude. I like nude. Oh, and I like nude. I like nudes. So, and I bought this. I didn't think I was gonna like it when I saw the color, because it looked much lighter to me online. But I got it and I loved it, and it's the LC Cosmetics. So this is the color Bloom. So it's Rose and Bloom, the lipstick and the lip liner. And let me find some other place. This is such a pretty mauve pink that isn't too cool, isn't too pink, like starkingly pink. I mean, it's pink, but you'll see if you ever buy it and like you put it on. The lip liner is just a hair darker, so it gives you a little more definition. The lip liners in her line, I think she came out with like 6 sort of classic colors, will stay on all day. They last so well. I will say the product wears away from the pencil like really easily when you're putting it on. They're very creamy, so I don't think they'll last long as far as how much you have, but as far as longevity of how long they'll last on your lips is a long time. So hopefully you won't have to like reapply so many times and use up the product. And then the lipsticks are just so creamy. I love that it has this like magnetic connector, so that way it doesn't kind of like separate in your pocketbook or something. And this pink, like I said, is just so beautiful, so creamy, stays on all day, and actually like almost stains your lips in a way, so that way even as it wears off, you still look like you have color on your lips, which is I like, so that way you're not like missing patches. Like if you have like coffee or you have something to eat or whatever, it actually does stay on quite well for a cream lipstick. Love these. I think I haven't the other color, Nude Bouquet, which is the lightest nude in the line. I like that. I wish I got the next nude up. I cannot remember the name of it, but I do wish I got one shade darker in the nude. For just this standalone lip liner, I love this Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner. I think I need to sharpen it. But it is just like the perfect like medium, let me see if you can see this, medium tone brown color. I feel like this is a dupe for MAC, oh my god, I can't think of the name, but this is definitely like a dupe for one of like a really popular MAC lip liner. Oh my god, look at my arm. Just like everything's happening. Stays on really well, goes really nice with like a peachy nude. Like I really like this with Peach Stock or even MAC Myth, which is like a pink nude. Love that combination together. I wear that all the time. Like this is a great lip liner. The Morphe lip liners are super inexpensive too. And it lasts a really long time. It lasts like not as long as the LC Cosmetics one lasts, but it's a pretty good lasting lip liner. And then my favorite lip product I've ever bought in my whole life, literally, I'm not exaggerating, are the Patrick Ta lipsticks and the lip liner, but particularly the lipsticks. So I'll talk about the lip liner really quick. So this is the color in, it's actually what I'm wearing today. So I'm wearing, this color is called She's Bold. It's the darkest lip liner in the line, with the lightest lipstick, which is called She's Unapologetic. So I really like these combined together. It gives you a little bit of depth and definition. So I'll do this first, and then I'll fill in the outer corners, and then I'll fill in the center of my lip with this and just kind of soften it out. But these lipsticks, they're not a liquid lipstick, they're not a regular lipstick. They stay a hair sticky, a hair, doesn't really bother me. But that way they're not a liquid lip where when it dries down and it's like matte, that it's going to like come off. So the nice thing about these is like as they wear away, because they almost wear like a normal lipstick where, you know, like they don't leave a hole. Like I feel like a cream lipstick, like it sort of, like when you put your lips together, it like puts the color back a little bit, like, so you'll lose color over time. These last way longer than a regular lipstick, are not as drying as a liquid lipstick, have a little bit of sheen, so they're certainly not like a glossy lip, but they're not a matte lip. They're like the perfect in between, and they just last. And I love, so if I want to do more of like a contoury sort of contrast lip, I'll use the She's Bold with She's Unapologetic. Then if I want something that's way more natural, I'll use She's Bold with She's Independent, which is the darkest color in the line, I think. This might have just been the darkest color that they had at Ulta. Well, how do we do this? Right, okay, so we do this. So this is She's Independent. So it just is a nude, dark nude with a pink undertone, but it's still a nude. And then this one, which is She's Unapologetic, is a very fair pink nude. This almost reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in like Pure Hollywood, except it lasts and looks way better than that one ever did. Like that was kind of like a weird formula. Like I mentioned earlier, I feel like all sort of light colored liquid lips crack and like start to look kind of wonky. This just looks beautiful, lasts a long time, doesn't move. Like you can eat, you can drink, and you're like not gonna have like the butthole mouth where you like have, look when you do that, if you stick your lips out you will, but sometimes like I'll literally like even talking, I'll have like, it'll look like I'm missing something in the middle. Love it. So I think these everyone should buy. If you need like if you like pink nudes, these are the liquid lips to buy because they're gonna be super comfortable, long lasting, just enough sheen, don't feel uncomfortable, like just gorgeous. I think that's all. Oh, and the last but not least, and this is old. I mean, this one is not old, but this is an old product, is MAC Fix Plus. It is the best thing ever. I spray my face with it every time I do my makeup, and it just rehydrates, takes away that powdery look, doesn't make your, doesn't change your makeup or like leave spots on your face. Sometimes with these spray products, if they have like a weird sprayer, you'll see like literally like wet spots because it dries down funky. Like this doesn't, just rehydrates, makes your makeup look fresh, takes away any powderiness, and like just sort of gives you like a little bit of like a glow instead of a really matte sort of dry look. So I love this. I think this is the coconut. Yeah, this is the coconut scent. I don't smell it anymore. I feel like once the first time you smell it and then you stop smelling it. But I think that's it, guys. So those are my favorites of 2019. Hopefully this video is not like 17 hours long, but these are, I think, the best products that I've bought this year. I think they were all worth every penny. I use them all the time. I always get compliments on my makeup when I use them. And every time I sort of stray away and try to like use something else, I regret it. Every time. Don't do it. Just stick with what works. So thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you'd like to see.